3 miles extended around the fields of the homestead, on 3 sides valleys and mountains and hills, but on the 4th side was the ocean. Birch woods crowned the summits, but down the slope of the hillsides flourished the golden corn, and man-high was waving the rye-field lakes, full many in number, their mirror held up for the mountains, held for the forests up, in whose depths the high-horned reindeers had their kingly walk, and drank of 100 brooklets. But in the valleys widely around, there fed on the greensward herds with shining hides and udders that longed for the milk pail. Mid these scattered, now here and now there, were numberless flocks of sheep with fleeces white, as thou seest the white-looking stray clouds, flockwise spread o'er the heavenly vault when it bloweth in springtime. Coursers 2 times 12, all mettlesome, fast-fettered storm winds, stamping stood in the line of stalls, and tugged at their fodder knotted with red with their manes, and their hooves all white with steel shoes. Banquet Hall, a house by itself, was timbered of hard fir. Not 500 men, at 10 times 12 to the 100 filled up the roomy hall, when assembled for drinking, at Yuletide. Through the hall, as long as it was, went a table of holm oak, polished and white, as of steel. The columns twain of the high seat stood at the end thereof, 2 gods carved out of an elm tree Odin with lordly look, and Frey with the sun on his frontlet lately between the 2, on a bearskin. The skin it was coal-black, scarlet red was the throat, but the paws were shodden with silver. Thorsten sat with his friends, hospitality sitting with gladness. Oft, when the moon through the cloud-rack flew, related the old man wonders from distant lands he had seen, and cruises of Vikings far away on the Baltic, and sea of the west, and the white sea. Hushed sat the listening bench, and their glances hung on the grey-beard's lips, as a bee on the rose. But the Skald was thinking of Braga, where, with his silver beard, and runes on his tongue, he is seated under the leafy beech, and tells a tradition by mimers ever-murmuring wave, himself a living tradition. Midway the floor, with thatch was it strewn, burned ever the fire flame glad on its stone-built hearth, and thorough the wide-mouthed smoke flue looked the stars, those heavenly friends. Down into the great hall. Round the walls, upon nails of steel, were hanging in order breastplate and helmet together, and here and there among them downward lightened sword, as in winter evening a star shoots more than helmets and swords. The shields in the hall were resplendent, white as the orb of the sun, or white as the moon's disk of silver. Ever and anon went a maid round the hoard, and filled up the drink horns. Ever she cast down her eyes and blushed, in the shield her reflection blushed, too, even as she. This gladdened the drinking champions,